Our topic for today is tobacco cultivation. Tobacco is an important cash crop which belongs to the family Solanaceae. It is a herbaceous annual grown primarily for its leaves. The genus Nicotiana has more than 60 species, of which only 2 are commercially cultivated for the production of tobacco. They are Nicotiana tabacum and Nicotiana rustica. The subgenus Tabacum is characterized by woody and semi-perennial structure. The first commercial cigarette were made in 1865 by Washington Duke on his 300-acre farm in North Carolina. His hand-rolled cigarettes were sold to soldiers at the end of the Civil War. It was not until James Bonsack invented the cigarette making machine in 1881 that cigarette smoking became widespread. Now let's see the origin and history of this crop. Tobacco, a native plant of America, was first discovered thousands of years ago. The history of tobacco is more than just a history of its cultivation for chewing or smoking. Tobacco was grown by American Indians before the Europeans came from England, Spain, France, and Italy to North America. The crop originated in the Western Hemisphere, and the types of tobacco presently being cultivated evolved in Mexico and Central America. The name tobacco is derived from the word Tobago. Tobacco was taken to Europe by the Spaniards in 1560. About this time, Jean Nicot, a French ambassador to Portugal, learned of tobacco in Lisbon and introduced it into France. Now let's see about the area and distribution of this crop. The top producers of tobacco are China with 39.6%, India 8.3%, Brazil 7.0%, and the United States with 4.6% of production. India ranks second in the world tobacco production. Almost all states in India grow tobacco, but the important ones are Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Bihar, West Bengal, and Uttar Pradesh. The species Nicotiana tabacum is grown in almost all the states, whereas the cultivation of Nicotiana rustica is confined to northern and northeastern states, where the temperatures are considerably lower during the season. India produces a wide range of commercial types of tobacco. Let's come to the economic importance of this crop. Tobacco was the first crop grown for money in North America. In India, tobacco provides livelihood security to 36 million people, including 6 million farmers and 20 million farm labor engaged in tobacco farming, besides 10 million people working in processing, manufacturing, and exports. In India, BD rolling gives employment to 4.4 million people, and 2.2 million tribals are involved in tendu leaf collection. Annually, tobacco contributes about 4,400 crore rupees towards foreign exchange earnings, accounting for 4% of the country's total agricultural exports and rupees 14,000 crores to excise revenue. It also has numerous other lesser-known uses. South American tribes, for example, use it as an insect repellent, and many early civilizations incorporated its use into sacred rites. Now let's see the species classification. The first one is subgenus species rustica, the second one is subgenus tabacum, and the third one is subgenus Petinoides. Nicotiana tabacum and Nicotiana rustica, the two species are of commercial importance. Now let's discuss about the soil condition congenial for this crop. The best soils are light, well-drained and properly aerated soils. The desirable soil pH is from 5 to 6. In India, cigarette, hookah, chewing and BD tobacco are grown on sandy loam to clay loams. Let's see about the climatic requirement for this tobacco crop. For tobacco, 50 to 100 centimeter annual rainfall and 15 to 20 degree Celsius temperature during the growth period is ideal. Tobacco cannot withstand if rainfall is more than 100 centimeter. After harvesting, to dry the leaves, it requires bright sunshine and dry weather, but not less than 8% moisture. Too dry weather is not suitable as leaves break into small pieces. Let's discuss about the cultural practices. The first one is field preparation. Land should be well prepared first by deep plowing with moorboard plow, followed by 3 to 4 cross harrowings. Each harrowing should be followed by planking so that the soil is well pulverized and leveled. Let's see the requirement of seed rate and the spacings required for tobacco. The distance between the rows and between the plants within a row varies with the type of tobacco. A spacing of 80 cm by 80 cm for Natu and 100 cm by 60 cm for the flue-cured are maintained. A seed rate of 3 to 5 kg per hectare is found to be the optimum for all the types of tobacco. Let's see about the sowing method for tobacco. As tobacco seeds are very small, they are not sown directly in a field but are sown in nurseries. Tobacco seedlings are raised in specially prepared seed beds. Much of the success in growing a good crop of tobacco depends on the production of healthy and vigorous seedlings. Let's come to the varieties. For flue-cured tobacco, the varieties for each state are CM12, which is prevalent for Andhra Pradesh, Bhavya for Karnataka, Swarna for Karnataka, Hema for Andhra Pradesh, Kanak Prabha for Andhra Pradesh. Under BD tobacco, the varieties are GT7, which is good for Gujarat, GT5 for Gujarat, Anand 2 for Gujarat, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. Under Natu tobacco, the varieties are Natu Special, suitable for cigarette areas of Andhra Pradesh, Vishwanat for Andhra Pradesh and Prabhat suitable for Natu areas of Andhra Pradesh. Under chewing tobacco, GT6 for Gujarat, Vairam for Tamil Nadu, Sona, Pusa tobacco 76 for Bihar. And under cigar, S5, this is the variety for cigar wrapper tobacco areas of West Bengal. Now let's look on the cropping system for this tobacco crop. The most common crop rotation suitable in various parts of the country are as follows: maize tobacco, maize potato tobacco, maize tobacco and maize, rice tobacco, sorghum tobacco, sesamum tobacco, black gram tobacco, green gram tobacco, ragi and tobacco, jute tobacco, pearl millet and tobacco. These are the crop rotations followed in India. Now let's see about the nutrient management required for this cash crop. Heavy manuring and nitrogen application increases the yield, but has an adverse effect on the quality of the tobacco. With excess of nitrogen supply, the carbohydrates nitrogen ratio gets reduced. Fertilizer dose is varying in different tobacco growing areas. A general dose of 25 tons of FIM, 100 kg phosphorus as a basal dressing and 100 kg of nitrogen per hectare as top dressing is very effective. Potash in less quantity also improves the physical qualities of the leaf, for example, elasticity and low prominence of veins. Now let's discuss about the water management for tobacco. Too much irrigation leaches the nutrients from the soil and produces slick leaf with dirty color. Insufficient irrigation also, on the other hand, restricts crop growth and the curing of leaf becomes difficult. Virginia tobacco on black soils is not normally irrigated, but the crop on light soils is given up to 6 irrigations. The irrigation water should not contain more than 50 ppm of chlorides, as the leaves of tobacco get burned and other qualities also suffer. Coming to the weed control, intercultural operations should start after 10 to 15 days of transplanting, when the seedlings are well established. Orobanche, which is a root parasite, is a menace to the tobacco crop, is kept down by the hand pulling. Grassy weeds can be kept under control with the post-emergence spray of quizalofop ethyl at the rate of 60 gram AI per hectare. Now let's see about the intercultural operation required under this crop. The first one is topping. Topping consists of removal of the terminal bud with or without some of the small top leaves just before or after emergence of the flower head. It is a very important operation for the quality of tobacco leaf. It gives a uniform quality product and prevents excessive coarseness in the leaves. The second one is desuckering. Suckers or lateral branches should be removed by hand before they become large enough to retard the development of the leaves. Removal of these suckers is called desuckering. Now let's come to piercing. Just after topping, piercing of main stem is done with the help of 20 to 25 centimeter needle that increases the yield of tobacco leaves. Let's come to disease management. The first disease is damping off. This disease is caused by a fungus, Pythium aphanidermatum. It appears in nursery beds with a decay of seedlings at the soil surface. Small seedlings may disappear altogether due to complete rotting. The control measures for this disease are using raised seed beds with adequate drainage to remove excess water during heavy rains. The second measure is spraying the nursery beds with 0.2% metallursyl, that is Ridomil solution. Now let's see about the frog eye leaf spot disease of this crop. It is caused by a fungus, Cercospora nicotiana. It appears late in nursery season, about 60 days, and anytime in transplanted crops. Oval brown spots with ash-gray centers, white dead tissues, etc. appear on leaves in the nursery and later in the field. The control measures suggested for this disease is: number 1, removal of the spotted basal leaves from the seedling, which is very effective. The second one is spraying nursery beds with 0.2% Zineb at frequent intervals, spraying the plants in the main field after transplanting with 0.03% carbendazim, that is Bevestin. Now let's come to anthracnose. It is caused by a fungus, Colectotrichum tabacum. It appears in nursery beds on all the above ground parts of seedlings. On leaves, small irregular whitish spots develop which coalesce to form bigger patches and the affected leaves got dry. Control measures suggested for this disease management is spraying the nursery with 0.03 carbendazim or Bevestin solution, which is very helpful. Now let's see about the leaf curl disease. It is a viral disease transmitted by whitefly insect. Dwarfing of the plant and reduction of leaf size, curling of the whole or portions of leaves is the main symptom of this disease. Let's see how to control this disease. The first measure is destroying the weeds harboring the whiteflies around the tobacco field is quite effective. The second one is spraying systematic insecticides such as 0.2% oxidimethyl methyl 25 EC or 0.1% phosphomidone 85 SL would be beneficial. The next disease is tobacco mosaic. It is the most widely distributed viral disease on tobacco. Disease plants show leaves with mosaic pattern of light and dark green areas, mosaic mottling, blistering and puckering of young developing leaves. The control measures for this management of disease is: number 1, strict sanitary measures to prevent infection in nursery as well as in the main field. The second one is use of resistant varieties, which is a preventive measure. The third one is spraying of 1% tannic acid in the early stage of the growth to check the disease from appearing. Let's see about the insect pest management. Tobacco caterpillar and stem borer. The caterpillars act as a cutworm by cutting the tender stems. They voraciously feed along the veins of the leaves when the seedlings are grown up. Stem borer feeds on the tissues inside the stem and midribs, resulting in the stem swelling. Let's see the control measures for these two insects. This pest can be controlled by application of carbaryl 50% with WP at the rate of 50 gram or monocrotophos 40 WSC at the rate of 22 ml in 22 liters of water. The next insect is tobacco capsule borer. The caterpillars feed on the tender shoots and inflorescence of the plant. It bores into the developing capsule and feeds on the immature seeds. The control measures suggested for this management of insect is: caterpillars can be controlled by topping the plants and destroying them. Number 2, spraying of any of the pesticides recommended for tobacco caterpillar on the flower heads, helping in controlling this pest. Now let's come to the harvesting of this crop. The stage of maturity and the methods of harvesting differ with the type of tobacco. The right stage for harvesting the crop is when the leaves are matured. That is, when the normal green color changes to yellowish green or slightly yellowish and becoming thick, spotted and sticky to touch. If such leaves are bent on the thumb, a crackling sound is produced. There are two methods of harvesting tobacco. The first one is priming. In tobacco, generally lower leaves mature first, followed by the upper ones. Therefore, when it is essential for quality, all the leaves at harvest should be of correct maturity. Harvesting is done by removing a few leaves as and when they are mature. This method of harvesting is also called as priming. The second method is stalk cut method. BD, cigar and chewing tobacco are harvested by this method. In this method, the entire plant is cut close to the ground with sickle and left overnight in the field for wilting. Curing. Curing is a process by which harvested tobacco is made ready for market. It is done in order to impart the required color, texture and aroma to the final product. It is essentially a drying process whereby most of the moisture of the leaf is removed. Now let's come to the yield potential of this crop. The average yield of tobacco leaf is about 750 kg to 1600 kg per hectare for different types of tobacco. Now, let us come to the concluding part of this discussion. Tobacco is an important cash crop of the world and India. Its adaptability to varied agroclimatic situations for growth and development of the crop, the suitable varieties for different agro zones of the country, the cropping system suitable for all the agroclimatic conditions, etc., are required for successful production of tobacco. Its production and productivity can be increased with the use of scientific methods to cope with the climatic change and the changing environment. Agronomic field operations like irrigation, plant protection from diseases, insect and weed needs priority at the right time and quantity in view of the aberrant rainfall system prevailing in the country. Modernized processing factories equipped with high-tech machineries have to replace the human labor system in the curing, value addition and other blending works for narrowing the cost of cultivation.